Let's start with our dry drum loop. So to bring it forward a little bit, let's just push it up a ways. Adjust the playback level. And that's just a moderate amount of tape sound. Let's go further with this. That's getting pretty hairy there. Let's go all the way. Pull it back to about there. That dry loop is much smackier than with the tape effect on it. It's pretty nice right there, but let's do something a little extra here. We'll push it further. Let's pull back on the high frequency bypass to get it a little bit woollier. And then we'll take the mix down so that the dry is kind of punching through. Different character. Let me push up the high frequency response to balance it back out. So let's try something different. We'll keep the drive way up. Let's go for brighter. So let's start again here. There you go. Pretty bright. Let's just squelch it out. We'll remove that high frequency. Actually, we'll pull the high frequency shelf lower. That's a very weird sound, but if I run it in parallel, and let's even push up 100 hertz bump. So you're getting the sizzle of the hats by doing the really bright effect underneath and mixing it in with the dry signal, and then we're pushing up an exaggerated head bump too. So let's have a listen. Pretty interesting vintage style tone. So we'll do two guitar examples, the chord stabs and the solo. Let's just start with the chord stabs. Here's the clean loop. It's already heating up a little bit. Let's just push it further. Adjust the volume. And that's already pretty nice and warm. Let's just move it, exaggerate it pretty far here. So we could just do that and pull back on the mix. Let's go back to the full mix. I'm going to pull down the high frequency bypass, just get a very woolly sound. We'll drive it even further, push up the low drive. So let's pull back on the mix here so we have it sort of just sitting underneath. The lows are very woolly. And we'll add back in some high frequency response, a nice little shelf. And that might be too much, so I'm going to go the opposite direction just to show you a different idea. So we'll push the mix all the way back up. We'll reset the high frequency bypass and the high frequency response. So let's focus on the high frequencies. We'll push up the high drive. Let's de-emphasize the low drive. push up the high shelf here. Move it up to about 6K. Again, I'm going to pull back on the mix there. So that strident sound is just sitting underneath. Okay, so here's the dry loop of the solo. Let's push it up. And that nice saturation is already improving it. Let's go much further. You're able to go further with monophonic instruments. So that's pretty nice. Let's go further. So let's push up the low drive. Pull back on the mix. Let's do the opposite. We'll pull the low drive all the way down. Push the high drive all the way up. Bring the mix back up so we can hear it. Add a little shelf. Pull back on the mix. Here's our upright bass. It's already giving a little bit of something. Now if we go far with this, we're going to start getting that distorted low end very easily with the upright bass. So I'm going to pull the low drive out. Pull it back to about there. Now I'm going to add a high frequency shelf. Bring in some of that finger and slap sound. Now if I go way over the top here, bring in some of that low frequency drive and wheel back the mix. Let's pull it back a little bit. Adjust the volume. Here's a dry piano loop. If I push this up a bit, adjust the volume. It's already sounding like an old record. So let's push it kind of over the top here. I'm going to push up a head bump around 170 hertz. Get a little bit boxy. And this is pretty exaggerated. I'm going to push up a shelf too. pull the mix back. This way you have this kind of parallel effect. It might be too woolly, so I'll just take out the head bump. Here's our saxophone loop. So you're gonna have to push it quite a ways to really hear. That becomes apparent right there. So it's kind of razzed there. So you can do a couple different things. You can push up the high frequencies. Pull back on the mix to clean it up a little bit. Or you can push the mix back up here. Let's roll it off to make it woolly. Push it really far. Pull back on the mix. And we'll add some shelf. And that's a pretty exaggerated example. Let's just reset and we'll try a different approach. So this time, there we go, just fully over the top. Just pushing the low frequency drive way up. We'll pull back on the mix. Adjust the playback. Gives it a different character. Push up a shelf. Might be too much. Let's try the opposite. We'll do a head bump. And that certainly puts it in a different place. We can even pull down the high frequency response a little bit just to tame some of that shearing sound. Pull back on the mix even further so it just sits underneath. That's more subtle.